That was beautiful. Hi there, people. Welcome back. It's your boy JC
And Shade.
and his boy Shade. And this is the Fireside Chat, 86.5 The Vibe. And yeah, how are you doing today, Shade?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good to hear. We're all feeling good over here. It's 9 in the afternoon. Is it 9 in the
It's
afternoon?
10:36
It's 10:36. It's
in the evening.
almost 9 in the afternoon.
A little past.
Your eyes are the size of the moon, though.
What are you trying to say?
Okay, let's get started. I'm feeling good today too, actually.
It's good to hear.
Gonna say, but yeah, let's get started. Let me hit you all with the quote of the day. As a matter of fact, Shade, you want to hit them with the quote of the day?
Sure. The quote of the day is, if you want to look good in front of thousands, you have to outwork thousands in front of nobody. This is by a man named Damian Lillard.
Do you know who Damian Lillard is?
I actually do not.
Oh, you don't?
Is he an actor?
Close. So he's a basketball player.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know him. Who do he play
was
for?
talking about he plays for the
Oh, he
Trailblazers.
currently plays for.
Yeah, he currently plays for the Trailblazers. So I guess he didn't currently play for anybody since his team is at home right now.
No.
Watching the rest of the playoffs. I'm done. It's like, let me stop throwing shade. But yes, that's a good one by Damian Lillard. Outworking folks in front of nobody. Speaking of, how'd you do on your gallon today?
Getting better. Still kind of the same as yesterday. I had I think I'm on bottle 5 right now, 5 or 6, somewhere in there. I'll probably drink another one before our podcast ends today here, though.
Oh, okay. All right, I have one more before I'm done and I can go to sleep and say that I made it. So I actually did not finish yesterday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I should have. I was thinking right when I went home and started to fall asleep, I was like, I should have drank them on the air. Like, I should have said, remember when you offered, you're like, I got 2 water bottles? I should say, yes, please. I don't know if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to be responsible without that. But do you get any stretching in?
Oh, I didn't do that. I did a little stretching this morning, only while I was editing the videos, and I heard you say something about stretching, and I was just like, oh, yeah. But then after that, no, not so much. But I think I'll stretch before bed tonight, like you mentioned.
I was going to say, I am definitely, my new goal right now is to be able to, can you touch your toes?
Can I touch my toes? I think so. It's been a long time.
I feel like most 26-year-old males, like if I had to guess, the majority could not touch their toe. All right, let's see it.
All right. Ugh.
Feet together.
Feet together. Oh, God.
Okay. He said, oh, God.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say, he was able to grab him for a sec, ladies and gentlemen.
I can definitely touch.
I'm not mad at
toes.
you. No, I get a touch off too, but I want to be able to hold it I want to be able to grab my toes and hold it.
Yeah, like in high school.
For 10 seconds. Yeah, like exactly, like in high school. And I can get down there now, but I can't hold it or anything. Not that that's how you're supposed to stretch. You're supposed to gently stretch. Yeah. You don't want to pull anything. But yeah, I don't know if you saw that article I sent you earlier. It was talking about all the different benefits of stretching. And it was saying the one nobody talks about is apparently it'll improve your sex drive.
What?
And your sex drive.
No, I didn't read this part.
Yeah, I was going to say because it'll increase blood flow and stuff like that.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
I was like, huh. Yeah, I was like, so it's like if you really want to get people stretching, tell them that. But no, I just think stretching, it'd be good for you, good for your muscles, help you all, lose weight, stay young. Because, if you're 20-something like the rest of us, you're definitely not trying to... Oh, you're looking it up?
Yeah, I'm just looking at the article to see if there's any good quotes.
No, it's definitely something. So yesterday, I guess we had a lot of people view, or today we had a lot of people view yesterday's episode, and we got some constructive criticism back, Shade.
Oh no, Well,
it's
good constructive, bad constructive. What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, some of it's. I shared a lot of it with you off the air, but there was 2 things on there I wanted to share with you on the air, and just toss it out to you.
All right.
The first is, and I'm going to ask you this one, and I'll respond to the second one. The first is, they don't like our name.
They don't like our name?
Someone said they don't like our name. They said our name is stupid, and they want us to rename ourselves.
Wait, the Fireside Chat or 86.5 The Vibe?
I think the Fireside Chat, but maybe both. Honestly, but here they said that they have a suggestion for us. Are you ready for it? They said we should rename ourselves Locker Room Talk.
Locker Room Talk. No.
That's so wildly ugly.
No, that's terrible.
They said,
we're not
since we love Donald Trump so much. I said,
whoa, hold up. Who said this is some fake news? You're being rude.
This is fake news. Speaking of fake news, so I told you all I lost yesterday in Super. This is the second criticism. Someone's like, "How'd you lose at Super Smash? Boy, you're supposed to be good." This is the second. That's the second criticism. And speaking of fake news, I did lose in Super Smash. But what I didn't go into was the details. And I know, Cheatsy would say this is fake news, but I am going to have to. Some people blame it on the alcohol. I'm going to blame it on the lag. I was lagging. I couldn't move. I couldn't see her. Her Zelda was cheating anywhere. She has a Fisher-Price modem, a lag switch. I'm not hearing none of it. So whatever you heard... it might not be entirely accurate. So yeah, those are our 2. Those are probably 2 of the most shareable ones. 2 of the ones that give you a good yuck.
Well, let me tell you. So first off, for the locker room chat, here's my main gripe with that.
Locker room talk.
The locker room talk. The locker room chat. I don't. Woo! Almost said some words, but. Let me tell you what. So we're not exactly like a dirty, I don't know, NSFW, right? Not safe for work, NSFW. Yeah, NSFW. Ooh, I almost had a stroke there. Like, I don't know. This isn't like adult entertainment. We're not here talking about strip clubs and, GTA and where you can get, your... I don't know. Well, that's not this kind of show. If you want that kind of show, you can stay tuned to The Metal Hour, which is a podcast that I will be doing here soon that will star both myself and parts of my band, where we'll talk about more things like horror movies and intense video games and all kinds of stuff that's a little bit more metal.
So are you going to rename that The Locker Room Talk?
No.
I like it how you took that as an opportunity to self-promote, but you're not gonna take our friend's. You're not gonna take him up on his idea.
It's just bad.
It's a bad idea. What I want to know is if anybody on Spotify's named. I'd like
to know what people think. Like if you guys can comment in the YouTube channel.
If you that would be great.
Or if there are other suggestions as well, let us know.
Oh my gosh, I like the Fireside Chat.
I like the Fireside Chat as well.
We're your roommates. We're all sitting down together right now by the fire.
It will be weird
about a long day,
to call it anything else because there's a campfire right there in the video.
And locker room talk, but girls.
Do you want me to put a
like,
locker room live feed? Just an empty COVID locker room. Just oh god, no, that's just sad and weird. But anyway, how did you lose though in Super Smash? I thought you were good.
She might be better.
No,
she might be. Listen, I don't play. What? I don't play.
What
Super,
character does she play?
She plays as a cheap Zelda. Okay,
as a cheap Zelda.
And a cheap Zelda. It is a $2 Zelda.
Is it only Zelda, or does she do Sheik as well?
No, it's only they split them now.
Oh, is that okay?
Listen, I don't play Super Smash Bros. As much as I used to. I'm more of a Mario Kart guy now.
Mario
Now, ask
Kart.
me about why they call me Jay Earnhardt Jr. in Mario Kart, and I'll tell you, it's because I've earned the hearts of the people. Like, good grief. Like, I'm telling you, like, they call me Peter Perfect. Why? Because I'm the leader of the wacky racers, always coming in first. Like, you don't even have to worry about it in Mario Kart. You know I'm on it. Like, that's what I'll say about that. Like, she got me in Smash. I've been beaten in Smash. But I don't know anybody alive that's seeing me in Kart.
So what exactly does she do that's so cheap as Zelda?
You know, honestly, I can't even remember. I just remember thinking to myself, if I can just get her down to one life, I'll feel very accomplished. Like,
Oh no.
you said no. No, that's a bad feeling. And the worst part is, I've never felt that way in my life playing Smash Bros. And honestly, there's a part of me that says I should start playing more and get better at it and, like work myself up. But no, I probably play Super Smash Bros. Probably once a month, if that. Like, somebody would be like, yo, hop on Smash. I'll be like, all right, what's up? Like, let's play. Like, but yeah, I need to. I don't know how often she plays. I don't know if she ate her spinach that day or what was going on. But yeah, she gave me the pause. She told me pause, B. And yep, I couldn't play to save my life. Like, that is ugly. So that's what happened there, to answer your question, Shade. Since you've got so many questions these days. Like, that being said, on to our next topic. You see that countdown timer in New York?
Oh,
The
like end of the world. Well, not end of the world, but end of the potential for the world to be okay counter.
Yeah.
Yep, I did.
Yeah, what do you think of all that?
I like it personally. I feel like it's a really nice, bold, artistic message. At the same time, it's very sad. So, it's very bleak. It's like it's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, but you know what? It needs to be depressing. We honestly, as an entire planet, and there's not a single person who believes in science or the like that can say otherwise, we as a planet need to band together and we need to fix this stuff because there is too much pollution and our carbon footprint is way too high as a population of, the earth, and we're killing it. We're absolutely killing it. Now, there's always the argument of, well, the planet is going to raise in temperature anyway, and the sun itself is getting hotter, and this and that and the other. Look, we're not making it better, though. We're not making it better. That's the reality, and anything that we can do to help is helping, and we should make a point of that. I don't think anyone can really argue with that. What do you think?
Do you know why in 7 years it's the point of no return?
I don't.
A lot of people don't understand it, but it's because they argue that at some point it'll be hot enough. Like, as it gets hotter, it melts the ice, right, in the polar ice caps. Unfortunately, melting ice releases methane gas. Methane gas is a CO2 emission. The point is, eventually we're going to heat the planet up enough that the ice that melts releases enough methane gas to continue to heat the planet up, to continue to melt more ice, to continue to release methane gas, to continue to heat the planet up, and the cycle will be able to sustain itself if something isn't done. That being said, I'm not going to lie to you. And someone would say, a lot of people in the comments would say I'm missing the point, and I would tell them, I'm sure you're right. I hate it.
Really?
I absolutely hate it.
Really?
At this point, you know whether you're being willfully ignorant or whether you're even, a climate change person. Like, there is no, the debate is finished. Like, we had a debate in 2001, right? Remember in Inconvenient Truth or whatever, and Al Gore, I think Al Gore was running for president in the year 2000. Yep. And then I can't remember when an Inconvenient Truth came out, but that was like, controversial at the time. By the time I was a senior in high school, they were teaching environmentalism as a part of science.
Yeah, that's true.
Global warming is a part of science that every child learns. It's one of those things where it's like saying it's like looking at a textbook and being like, I don't know. It's like saying you don't understand like the water cycle, or you don't understand how like volcanoes are just the plates rubbing together. It's saying you don't understand basic science. So I hate it. At this point, everybody knows what's what, and putting that giant countdown timer out there is just, it's mental torture. Like, you can look at that and be like, dang, we're not doing anything. And here's another scary part. It says 7 years. Think about how long it takes policies to go into effect. If we don't elect Joe Biden, and if on day one he doesn't do something about climate change, because the current president says, like I said, I'm not, I'm more of an independent voter. I look at both sides. I don't need to look at the Republican side anymore. Says that climate change is a hoax pushed on us by the Chinese to disrupt American manufacturing. That's a bunch of foolishness. So my point being is, if we don't elect Joe Biden and on day one, January 20th, he submits to Congress a comprehensive package to address climate change, perhaps the Green New Deal, I believe he won't endorse. If he doesn't do something to enact change, change ain't gonna come in time. It is what it is. And furthermore, it can't just be America. That's a conversation we're not having. It can't just be the United States. India and China are leading in CO2 emissions as well. They're up there. We need to talk to Brazil about all that deforestation. It needs to be a collaborative effort with a bunch of different countries coming together and, figuring out how we're going to, reduce our CO2 emissions, become more sustainable, and address a variety of environmental issues that are going to impact humans in the coming years, including Earth's drinking water is disappearing at a rapid rate. And so I hate it. I think that it's torture for all of us who know the right thing, who have asked our friends to do the right thing, and our friends who continue to do the right thing. I hope that it will impact. I know a lot of younger Republicans who are different than their parents, in the sense they're not willfully ignorant. Like, they believe like things like Black Lives Matter. They believe in criminal justice reform to a degree. And they even believe in climate change and acknowledge that something has to happen. Hopefully that timer, persuades them not to go out and vote for Trump. It can be just another reason to, not go out and vote for Trump, either to go out and vote for Joe Biden or to vote for, Justin Amash or the Libertarian candidate Joe Jorgensen, or stay home, if that's what you feel like you have to do. But hopefully that, inspires folks not to. Hopefully, like I said, that's another reason not to go out and do something dumb like voting for Trump. But no, I think it's just torture. Like, I think like right now that timer is counting down, and there's somebody walking by looking up at thinking, we're screwed.
Yeah,
we're screwed.
Well,
think about what I just laid out. We need to do something at the federal level, and we need to get something done at the international level. And we have 7 years to actually implement something. It ain't good. Trump don't provide no real leadership in the world, in my opinion, especially when it comes to climate change. And so I shouldn't say he doesn't provide any, but when it comes to climate change, he provides absolute zero. But at the same time, when you think it's a hoax, that would be like, I don't know. But no, I think another criticism I have of it is, and I understand it's the countdown timer for when things are irreversible. So, but I feel like for some of us, we're like, oh my gosh, it's so close. I feel like for some people, they're looking at and they're like, oh, we have time.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have listeners in California. If you're in California right now, looking at those fires, you don't see 7 years. You don't know if there's going to be 7 more weeks. Like, something needs to be done immediately, right now. Not a second later. It needs to be done right now. And we have a Congress that can't provide COVID relief, can barely keep itself open. But, yeah, be quick to confirm a justice. So, I don't know. That's what I think about it. I think it was a cool idea. I have a love-hate relationship with it.
I feel you.
I love it, but no, I hate it. I wish they hadn't. If I had to pick, I don't know whether I wish they would have done it or not done it. I
wish they would have done it earlier.
Yeah, and given us more. Well, no, because I don't know, because you have people who are going to keep looking and be like, we still got more time. It's okay. There's more time. You're always going to have those people who are like, climate change is a hoax. The earth is always, like you said, the earth is always warming up.
Well, you know what?
Like, it's just torture for intelligent, thought-provoking people like us.
But you know what? If it manages to get to 1 day left, I think it'll be a good thing to have there. To be like, y'all screwed up. You know?
No, it's a good thing in the sense, when it does hit 0, and there's nothing anybody can do,
it's
we
just
can give
gonna keep you
ourselves
honest.
a round of
exactly.
applause.
It's gonna keep us all honest because we know we didn't do it.
We didn't do it. We failed to get out and vote. I know everybody's hearing that everywhere, and I hate to be a broken record.
I just registered today. And I was late, but I did. I registered today.
I'm not mad at you, brother. I was just thinking to myself, that means you haven't voted yet. And I was like, you know what? We're glad that you're voting this time around. You know what? We can't.
I've registered to vote before, but not in like a couple years.
Oh, I was gonna say. Oh, you had to re-register. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it was like a one-time thing. I just walk in there and vote, But yeah, so I think it's okay. That being said, speaking of the environment and politics, the presidential debates are coming up. You plan on watching? Thoughts on that? Should we get a watch party going? Like, what do you think?
That sounds pretty good to me. Maybe we even live stream it if we can figure out how to do that. Live
stream it? I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's a terrible waste of time.
Oh, really?
I think it's everybody's like, whoa. Well, stick with me. At this point, you have seen all that you need to see to know whether or not you're going to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Or whether you're going to vote for Joe. There's nothing those two men can say. First and foremost, it's going to be a Joe Biden win. Because Trump this entire time set himself up. He kept saying, Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Joe. And he made Joe out to be like this, old man, this feeble old man. And when Joe shows up and he's not a feeble old man, and I'm not saying Joe is going to win, like if you read the verbiage, if you read like the words that they're saying to each other, but if you read the, what's it called? The transcript. But I'm telling you that in the public opinion, Joe is going to win because you paid him to be this feeble old man. And he's going to prove he's not a feeble old man.
Right.
And just based off of that alone, nothing else is going to matter. So it's going to be a Joe Biden win. So I don't need to watch in that sense. And then I also don't need to watch in the sense, like at this point, like I said, we talked about the environment. When we talk about COVID, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today, Trump said he handled it with an A+.
Really?
He either said that today or yesterday.
I think he handled it about as well as he probably could have.
As well as he could have.
Yes, as well as he himself could have.
So in that sense, he says he give himself an A+. That's not how school works.
No.
You don't say, well, I got an 80 and that was the best I could do. So it's not a C+, it's actually an A. No, that's a C+. And so the point is, no, that's the unfortunate truth.
No, you're right.
The point is that Trump says he handled it with an A+, and what that tells me is you don't even have the presence of mind to take a minute and think and reflect on the things you could have done differently and how you can improve your leadership skills and better, so that you can better lead this country. That tells me that, like we wake up every day and we say we want to be better today than we were yesterday. Trump doesn't think like that. Trump thinks he's already the best, he's perfect, and there ain't no improving it. And so when I look at the whole COVID response and everything, it tells me that, because some presidents get better as they go on. Like Bill Clinton got better. He started to settle into the role. He figured things out. He got better. Truman got better. Some presidents get better as they go on. Some presidents get worse.
Yeah.
Some presidents stay the same. And Trump, I don't think it gets worse. I don't think, a lot of people would say like, Trump starting a war or something. I don't think Trump starts wars. I can see based on like his actions in Iran were bold, but even if you look at like what's happened in Syria, like the stuff in North Korea, I don't think Trump is interested in a war the way people think he is. I just don't think that's him. So I don't think it gets worse. I think it stays the exact same. But the question is, isn't the exact same bad enough? Like the current status quo in America, is it not bad enough? Coronavirus is killing nearly 1,000 people a day. Folks are jobless with no relief coming. Inner cities are burning and people are chanting Black Lives Matter. Not that chanting Black Lives Matter is the problem, but the fact that people have to say Black Lives Matter. The fact people have to inform each other that Black Lives Matter. Like, the fact they'd have to look at you and say, Black Lives Matter. You know that, right? Like, you can't just, and the fact that, like, none of these issues are being addressed. Like, after George Floyd, Republicans came up with a bill and Democrats came up with a bill. And the Democratic bill passed the House. Republicans didn't even look at it in the Senate. And then Democrats blocked the Republican bill in the Senate. Nothing happened for Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
COVID relief, Democrats passed something in the House like 4 months ago. Republicans said, we're not going to look at it. Republicans drew up a plan. They don't even have enough votes out of their own party to pass it. And nothing. And it's like Trump, is supposed to be this great deal maker. That's why a lot of people elected him. And I think in 2018, a lot of Americans turned against him because, a lot of like suburban white, especially women, turned against him because they realized that he don't make deals. He don't make deals. Like, this is unacceptable. Trump should be on like that. I saw an article today saying that COVID relief is totally dead. And I was like, it blows my mind. Y'all want to hear something? Y'all want to really, really think about something? It blows my mind that Trump continues to send Mark Meadows to negotiate COVID relief when Mark Meadows was a founder of the Tea Party and couldn't negotiate with his own party while he was in Congress just years ago. If you wanted to make him a part of your staff, fine. But to have him negotiate anything is foolish. It's absolute foolishness. And so when you sent Mark Meadows, what you told me was, think about it. If Mark Meadows can't agree with Republicans, for darn sure he ain't going to agree with Democrats.
No.
And so all that tells me is you were never interested in making a deal, Mr. President. So for me to watch the debates to hear about what? First and foremost, Biden doesn't have any actual plans, any good ideas. Like, if I were Biden, I'd be talking about how we're going to pass a COVID relief bill. When I get in office, on day one, that's the first thing we're going to do. And then I would say on day two, the next thing, right after we pass COVID relief, we're going to pass an infrastructure bill. A $1 billion infrastructure bill. I said $1 billion. It'd probably be like $1 trillion or something. No, it'd probably be $1 billion. But to fix America's crumbling infrastructure and, get folks back to work. But Joe Biden don't really have any ideas. But you don't need ideas when we just need Trump out of office. Like, Joe, you can be a Republican in Democratic clothing as far as I'm concerned. Just don't be a Trump Republican in Democratic clothing. I think that's all I ask. And I think maybe if Trump goes away, I think you'll see the Republican Party start to get, sense again. I like folks like they have like folks like Liz Cheney. She's pretty good. I shouldn't say she's pretty good, but she's reasonable compared to a lot of her counterparts. And so for me, like we can watch the debate. We can have a watch party if you want to watch it. But like I said, for me, I don't plan on watching the debate. Think about it. It's a total waste of time. You might as well. You're going to hear Trump tell a bunch of lies. You hear them yelling at each other and screaming at each other. You already know who you're voting for. You might as well kick back, put some music on, pour a glass of wine, maybe watch the game. There's going to be some game on. No, I think the debate is on a Tuesday. So it'll probably be playoff baseball on or something for you. Like, just chillax. Like,
so the only reason that I personally would watch the debate in this case is just because sometimes I find Trump entertaining. I'll give him that. He is a interesting man to listen to, and I'd want to know what he has to say for himself.
You hear what he has to say for himself every day. He doesn't stop tweeting.
Yeah,
you hear the foolishness You hear so you want to hear the foolishness live and in person.
Yep, I want to hear it straight
from... That's what you're saying. You want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth. Yep. He has press briefings where foolishness occurs on a daily basis.
He does.
That's all that it is. It's a bunch of foolishness. It's made Americans look foolish everywhere.
It has.
All across the world. Trump is the perfect embodiment of what people think of America. Reckless, fat, stupid, like no, that's what they think of us. Overseas,
yeah, it is.
We have more people who are obese than anywhere else. Like they think of us as jeans wearing, cowboy hat wearing, like
yeehaw,
Yankees. Like that's what they think of us as. Just, I swear, they think of us as like the tough kid in the class who ain't very smart. But if you need a good friend to beat somebody up, you call America.
Yes, sir.
Next time Germany goes crazy or something, you'll call America. But outside of that, you really wish America would leave you alone. Like, no, America's that friend. America's that friend where it's like, if I need you, I guess. Like, America's got a lot of money, too. America's that rich, big kid, extra strong. You don't really want to hang out with if you don't have to.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I'm going to say that much. So, I'm not interested in hearing the foolishness. But no, if you want to hear it live, I mean, think about it like this. If you believe that Joe Biden is going to beat Trump in a landslide, or you believe that he's just going to beat him in general, then this is one of your last opportunities to take in the foolishness.
Indeed.
And then you have to think with him and Joe, I'll never forget. I watched in 2012, I watched the vice presidential debate with Joe Biden versus Paul Ryan. And Paul Ryan was talking in the middle of something he said. Joe stood up and said, "That's a lie. You're lying right now on TV." I said, "Oh, Joe." I said, "You can't say that." Like, no, Joe called him out and said, "You're a liar." I said, "Oh my." Nah, that's something serious. So I will say that much. It'll be interesting to see if Joe just goes after Trump and tries to, just beat him bloody in this first debate. Because no, Joe's going to win in public opinion even if he didn't win in merit.
Yeah.
Just because, like I said, the only way he loses in public opinion is if he really does look sleepy.
Yep.
Which would be hard to imagine. All the debates Joe's been in, you have to think how long he's been in Congress. You have a debate every election cycle. You have 2, 3, 4 debates. He had debates as vice president. He's had debates like these Democratic debates for the presidency. Like, he looked sharp in that last debate with Bernie Sanders. He looked sharp. I think that Trump hasn't had to debate since 2016. I think it'll be interesting. Maybe I will give it a watch. It might be interesting, but if Trump starts telling them lies, I'm turning it off. Like,
I don't,
because Trump just says wild stuff. Like Trump frustrates me. I can't believe he said if you elect Joe Biden, you're gonna see more inner cities burning. Like, when Joe Biden was vice president, we didn't see any inner cities burning, did we? Like, that don't make any sense. Like, and people go for this foolishness and they eat it up. They love his foolishness. And I don't know how it makes sense to anybody. Like, the inner cities are burning right now. They weren't burning before Trump got in office. And Trump tells you if he leaves office, they're going to burn more. I don't know. I don't get it. Wow. I don't get it at all. But no, let's move on to the next topic. So I saw an article today, and I want your thoughts on this. It was on The Hill, and it said that a majority of voters want to abolish the electoral college. Thoughts?
Really? Interesting.
I have no doubt in my mind that that's the truth.
I personally wouldn't be surprised. I've, I guess, never really been a crazy big fan of the idea of the electoral college myself. That's it. I don't like it.
You said you don't like the electoral college either. No, I think the electoral college. Say what it is. Say what it is. It's a bunch of crap. It is.
Yeah, well, exactly.
It's a bunch of crap.
It's misrepresentation and gerrymandering. It's
like I was gonna say exactly. Like I was gonna say, Montana gets 3 electoral points. Montana doesn't deserve 0.3 electoral votes. Like, oof. Come on now. Like, no, I mean, like, there's probably nice people in Montana, but the truth is, you all don't have the population, and all this winner take all stuff too is ridiculous. There is no point in voting if you're a Republican in New York. There's no point. There's no point in voting if you're a Republican in Virginia right now. Democrats are washing you here. There's no point in voting if you're a Democrat in Mississippi. For the presidency anyway, right?
I don't know how many.
Maybe locally, you know, you have a reason to vote. But for the presidency, what's the point? It's winner take all, and you know the vast majority of the state is Republican. There's no point. It should be one vote, one person, and you get the most Americans to vote for you, you get the W.
Yeah.
It should be that simple. But the tough matter of facts are, I don't think the Republican Party can win a plurality of the American people.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I read somewhere at some point that Republicans tend to win only in the college, right? And then that Democrats tend to take the popular vote. Is that true?
Well, yeah, Democrats run up the scores in the big cities, and Republicans do a very good job of sneaking things out. Like in Florida, Republicans will sneak out a win in Florida by like 10,000 votes. You'd be like, how? How did they do it? Like, it's almost like, it almost makes you want to shake somebody's hand. Governor DeSantis, I almost want to shake his hand if I didn't believe it was COVID infested because he doesn't wear a mask. Like,
yeah.
But, nah. Ohio, I think, didn't Trump win? What else did Trump win? He won Michigan, right? Or Wisconsin?
Oh, I don't know.
I think he might have won Pennsylvania. I think Trump shattered the blue wall. He won in Pennsylvania by less than, like, it's ridiculous. Like, they just barely squeeze it out. You have to love it. But then Democrats will win by like 7 points in Virginia, 12 points in New Jersey, 20-something points in California, 30-something points in New York, 40-something points in Washington. No, let me stop. But actually, Democrats like run up. Like the states Democrats win, they run up. Even now, like Republicans can't say that Texas or Georgia they can run up. I would argue they're safe. I would argue Republicans are going to take Texas and Georgia this time around, even though there's a lot of polling saying that it's definitely up in the air. And to be frank, if this COVID thing gets worse, I don't know if Trump has a chance. if COVID gets any worse and America starts to close down again and businesses start to close, it'd probably be over for homeboy. But no, call the electoral college what it is. The electoral crap. Like, that's what EC stands for. Like, the electoral crapper.
Thanks for joining us on the locker room chat.
The locker room chill. Like, no, I was gonna say, yeah, we're mostly done. Just catch you all up or keep you updated. Stock Talk. Zoom broke 500 today. So if you got in yesterday, you made some bread today. That being said, there's a company called Sphere 3D. Its ticker is ANY, ANY. Look it up. See if you like it. It's a tech company that's also working in water. And so they're looking into like environmental and like sustainability stuff. And
interesting.
The point is, yeah, people are saying like in 5 years, I'm not like a big believer in the hype. I believe it'll be somewhere. It's like $250 right now a share. I believe it'll go somewhere between 5 and 30. But some people are saying you could see 3 digits in the next 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, so you got to think that would be some. No, we saw one today where it went up 4,000%. Like for every.
Wow.
Yeah, like it was crazy. I think it's called OSI or something.
$100 in that, you'd have.
It was life changing. Yep. We were looking. I was like, dang. I was like, I wish I'd gotten. I didn't see it. It was $1 to start today. When I saw it, it was at like 23 or something. And then eventually it got to like 40 something.
Wow.
And it was crazy. They said it's like a once a year thing that happens. Somebody gets it. You never know who's going to like blow up and make it big like that. But they just announced that they were getting into like electric cars or something. And it blew up huge. But no, so that's stock talk for today. And then as far as sports go, y'all should be excited. That boy Gardner Minshew is going to do his thing tomorrow. Shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Steven Stamkos came back. He didn't finish the game, but they won anyway. Shade.
Yeah.
I don't think I could play hockey, bro.
You couldn't play hockey.
I was thinking to myself, I could play. In hockey, they let you fight, but they don't let you fight. So, like, you're allowed to fist fight, but the ref will try and break you up. I feel like I'd be mad. Like, first and foremost, you remember how I used to have anger management? Like, I feel like I'd be sure. Crying mad. I'd be like, Mr. Referee, let me go. Let me kill him. Like,
I could see that, yeah.
Let me.
Yeah, no, hockey's brutal, dude.
Some people are listening from when we were kids thinking, yeah, that dude was crazy. Like, yeah. No, I was going to say, no, I'd be mad. I'd be like, he was talking about my mama. Like, no, I see they getting in each other's faces, pointing, and then I'm like,
oh, they're rude.
Like, point, yeah. And then I'm like, and then the ref slides in, it's like, hey, break it up. I'm like, I just ate his finger. Like, move. Like, we're squaring up. Like, we're getting right. Like, he told me, never mind, I'm not going to say all that on the air. All I'm going to say is we'd have to bam, and I feel like I'd be bamming entirely too much playing hockey. I'd be like, drop gloves. Square yourself up. Like, I cannot believe it. Like, so yeah, I was looking at the disrespect today, and I was like, oh yeah, especially if my team is winning, I'll be like, no, we beat you on the ice, and then I beat your face. Like, good grief. Like, ridiculous stuff, Shade. So that's all I can say is I don't know if you could play hockey. I could. That's the only sport I
could not play.
That's
hockey.
The only sport I couldn't play.
I've got no aggression whatsoever.
That's the only sport I couldn't play. I'd be like, I have to get right with you. Like, they had a hit on. No, you would do it for your teammates. They had a hit on TJ Oshie that was like illegal as all get out. The Hurricanes like last year, and they broke his clavicle, like his shoulder. But like the way they hit him, it was like from behind. It was totally dirty. I was like, yeah, I would have had to get right.
Yeah.
I would have been like, for my boy,
vengeance
I would have been crying.
Is necessary in that kind of situation.
I was upset when that happened. I was like, I go out on the ice and fight right now in these Sperry's. Like, I don't even need any skates. Like, come on now. No. Like, no, with that being said, I think we're all out for tonight, but appreciate you joining us once again for the Fireside Chat. We love to have you. It's your boy JC.
And Shade.
And his boy Shade. And if you like the video, do us a favor. Hit like, hit subscribe, share. We always love new friends joining the Shady Gang. And with that being said, we hope you have a wonderful night. We hope you have an amazing day tomorrow, a day that's worthy of a king or a queen, because that's what you all are. And yeah, from Alexandria, Virginia, good night.